in a forgotten corner of the quiet town of Eldergrove, stood a little antique shop, known only to those who truly sought it. Dusty shelves cradled clocks that no longer ticked, mirrors that reflected more than faces, and books that whispered to each other when the lights were dimmed. Among all the oddities, there was one item that stood out. A small, plain candle with no label, sitting inside a glass case at the back of the store. Its wax was pale and smooth, untouched by flame, yet it gave off a faint scent of rosemary and something older, something like smoke and old earth. The shopkeeper, an old man named Mr. Thorne, never spoke about the candle unless asked, and even then all he would say was, "It chooses its moment." One rainy afternoon, a young woman named Alara entered the shop. She had just moved to Eldergrove, chasing the kind of quiet only small towns could offer. The bell above the door chimed softly as she stepped inside, her umbrella dripping rainwater onto the creaky wooden floor. Alara wasn't looking for anything in particular, just a way to pass time while the storm passed. But as she wandered the aisles, her eyes were drawn again and again to the candle in the glass case. "Something about it," she whispered to herself. Without knowing why, she asked to buy it. Mr. Thorne looked at her carefully, as though measuring something she couldn't see, and nodded once. He didn't name a price. He only said, "It's yours now. Don't try to put it out if it lights itself." That night, in her new home, an old cottage on the edge of town, Alara placed the candle on her windowsill and forgot about it. But at midnight, just as the wind howled louder than before and shadows shifted along the walls, the candle lit itself. The flame burned steady and blue. Alara stood frozen. She hadn't touched it. No matches, no lighter, and then she heard a voice. Soft, familiar. "Alara?" It came from the flame. Alara stepped back, heart pounding. The voice was unmistakable. It belonged to her sister, Malin, who had disappeared 3 years ago without a trace. She stared at the flame, half expecting it to vanish or flicker out, but it remained still, unwavering, as though it existed outside the laws of wind and breath. "Alara," the voice came again, clearer this time. "Can you hear me?" I can," she whispered, unsure whether she was dreaming. The flame shimmered and the blue hue deepened. Within it, she thought she saw movement, a shadow, a shape, a silhouette of a face that resembled Malin's. "Where are you?" Alara asked, stepping closer. "Are you inside the candle?" "I don't know," the voice said. "It's dark where I am. Time is strange here. But I saw the light when you brought the candle home. I followed it." Alara's mind spun with questions. "What happened to you? Everyone thought you were dead." "I don't remember much," Malin said. "Only that I found something I shouldn't have. A doorway, a mirror, and then I was somewhere else." The wind outside moaned like a warning. The candle's flame flared, casting long shadows that twisted along the walls like reaching fingers. "Can you come back?" Alara asked, barely able to keep her voice steady. There was a long silence. Then, "Maybe, but it will cost something. Something precious." Before Alara could ask what, the flame flickered violently, as if something had tried to snuff it out. But it did not go out. It never did. "Alara," Malin's voice was softer now, tinged with fear. "Something knows I'm speaking to you. You must be careful. There are others trapped here, and not all of them are kind." The candle flared again, this time with a whispering sound that filled the room. Voices layered over voices, hundreds of them, indistinct but desperate. Alara covered her ears, and when the sound stopped, the candle returned to its quiet blue glow. And then, a knock at the door. 3 slow knocks, followed by silence. Alara stood frozen, staring at the front door. The knock had been deliberate. Not the wind, not a branch. Something was on the other side. She looked back at the candle. It burned steadily, calmly, as if daring her to answer. "Alara," Malin's voice came faintly. "Don't open the door." Her breath caught. "Why?" "There are things here," Malin whispered. "They've been watching, waiting. They want the light. They want out." Another knock, this time louder. Alara took a step toward the door, then stopped. A shadow passed under the crack, too dark, too still. "What do I do?" she asked. There was a pause. Then Malin said, "There's only one way. You can bring me back, but you have to take my place. Someone must stay with the flame. Keep it burning. That's the price." Alara's hands trembled. Her sister was alive, somewhere beyond the veil, but trapped. She could save her. All it would cost was